Okay, this video is going to be called what can United States learn from Asia in regards to the coronavirus. So let's take a look where I'm at. Let's go check out the room. Okay, I'm the content creator for this channel. If you like what I'm doing, just subscribe and hit the like button. So let's take a look where I'm at. This is a very popular place with tons and tons of tourists most of the time, especially right now because it's a Saturday. The only people you see here are probably locals. Maybe a few people that are, but they look kind of, well, there's not many people around. Okay, so what can Americans learn? So I'm going to tell you a little bit of what's going on here. One, we're all required to wear a mask. Everybody's wearing a mask. Number two, I just started to come in here and I have to show my health check. I have to show them that I'm healthy if I haven't. And they also do a gun. They put a little gun to your head just to heat sensor it, you know, just to come into buildings, just to come into this space. So it's a public space, and there's so many precautionary measures. And then also, like, you have to do a little QC code thing and you scan it, and then you can kind of keep updating it. But it's kind of ridiculous in some ways because there's all this formality. There's the guy right there. I don't know if you can see that right there. So he's doing all the scans as soon as people come in. So they come in off the taxis or the bus. Not many people are coming and going, but he'll put the little gun to your head, like right here, and it checks to see if you have a fever or not. And then you also have to show ID, show your health card ID. And anyway, it's I'm in the city of Macau, so this is generally a tourist area, but everything is kind of shut down, closed, quiet. So this is basically what's happening in Asia. A lot of the flights are suspended, so all the ferries to Hong Kong are suspended. So the only way to get back and forth is through a bus. And they're discouraging everybody. There's announcements everywhere that says, you know, wash your hands, always wear a mask, don't leave the city, don't go anywhere, don't travel anywhere. And when I leave my apartment, I have to sign up and I have to tell them where I went. And then also, like on the buses and everywhere else, you basically have to give them your information, like your ID. There's like little QC codes. Then you put your ID in there, and then you tell them, you know, that kind of says that you're on this bus or you're in this location. And therefore, if there's anybody else that comes up with the coronavirus, then basically they can identify you and let you know that you're on the same bus or in the same building at the same day. So actually that's what's happening here. United States, we've been watching stuff, and for one, people keep Trump in particular. You know, he's just telling people, oh, just, you know, you can go to work, it's just a common flu. And actually it's a little bit terrible because all of us here are like, you know, we're really working hard to try to eradicate something. And then for him, you know, it's like, well, this is just something that we're just going to accept as it's just another kind of flu, and we can have this one running around as well, just like the other flu, and people can go to work and infect others and infect everybody else. And, you know, like, we don't really, it's all going to disappear anyways. Like, his thinking is so opposite of what's going on here. So I just wish that, you know, in the United States they would kind of be more aware of what's going on in the world, and just, you know, like how hard people are working to, you know, take control of this issue. And actually, when you're over here, there's a lot of actually when you're over here, there's so many you know, like when I tried to come in through Hong Kong, you know, if I was in 14 days, anytime in the last 14 days, if I was in certain places, I wasn't allowed to go in. Here, this is what they're doing here. They're doing the health check stuff. So we're just gonna cruise on by. So you have this everywhere. You have people doing the health check stuff. So, let's see if I can fit that a little bit. So yeah, they have to show their health cards and everything else. But anyway, it's like in Asia, be quiet here. These are the roads. This is a large road, so you think there'd be a lot of cars. I don't know how well you can hear me. pause momentarily. Okay, we're gonna keep on showing what's around here. Some of the casinos, there's kind of an empty feeling to them. There's a road right there. So anyways, what can I say for United States? But yeah, when I've been watching it here, like there's so many things that's so many things that's wrong. Like for one, he did stop flights from, or no, he I think he did a ban of people from China coming into the United States, and that was the one thing he did. But then I think he assumed that that was that would solve it. Like that was the only place it was coming. And now in the United States, you have things sprouting up all over the place. They don't really have the testing equipment, and it's just kind of ironic because here I am in Asia, and in China they were basically blaming not Americans in particular, but people in China were blaming their government for not letting them know soon enough. So it's kind of all this stuff already happened. Like that these are like things that we can learn from. They didn't tell their people fast enough, and just kind of like filled up in Wuhan. And you got to have all the testing courses, all the testing equipment, and you got to have your you got to be ready, for these crises. And then it just sounds like the United States is not ready. Like all they did was just did that one ban, and they just kind of did nothing. And now all these cases are just popping up all over the place. And it looks like in Seattle, it's just been infesting for a few weeks. Nobody's really on top of it. And then also when I look at it too, like, in South Korea, they're doing free testing. So everybody is able to, you can even go through a drive-thru and they'll just do a swab on your mouth. And they can just process it. I think it takes a couple of days. And they can see who's infected. So, their numbers keep going up, but there's a reason for it. Where, in the United States, like, they're just not really on top of things, sadly. Like this city right here, Macau, only had 10 cases and all the schools are shut. Everything is completely closed. The casino's closed for 30 days. That's just only with 10 cases. How many cases does the United States have? 300, like 100 every day now for the last few days. They're just really jumping up there. And all this stuff could be prevented. And actually, if you see these guys coming by on the scooters, they're all wearing masks too. They're all wearing masks. Let's see if we see any, but yeah, pretty much everybody is. And if you can see, yeah, everybody has a mask here. So, and if you don't wear a mask, yesterday I was with a friend, so we were talking at a tourist site and just kind of, enjoying our company. Took off the mask so that we could speak properly. And then we tried to jump in a taxi, and I didn't have the mask on for like that 2 seconds. None of the taxis would take us. They refused to take us, and we put the mask on. And I tried to find another taxi that didn't see that we didn't have it on for a little while. Why that would matter, I don't know. But that's the kind of stuff that's going on here. So okay, and if you would have saw all of those people, they would have masks too. So yeah, these are the streets of Macau. These are the train station, which is it's Saturday evening. Things are quiet. I mean, it is Saturday evening, so there are some people around, but overall it's quiet. What else could Asia learn? Then another big thing that happened too is they basically shut everything down here. So like I'm in the city of Macau and the streets are pretty empty. There's a few people around, but usually there's quite a few more. And they all have masks on. It's required. You cannot get on a bus without a mask. You can't. And yeah, masks are not effective. That's true. But there's something kind of psychological about everybody, doing what they're supposed to do. If you were sick, it would kind of prevent it a little bit from spreading. You're being told to constantly wash your hands. When I hear announcements walking in the streets, they'll say like, wash your hands for 20 seconds or whatever. Wear a mask all the time. Like what's the United States doing? They're, when I saw the press conferences, like they don't really know their numbers. They don't know who's infected. They don't really have the test equipment. Trump is asking if they can get a cure over the next, like immediately. and it takes a year or whatever, you know, and it's like just, they're just not prepared. They just don't have anything ready. And it's really frustrating as an American person, you know, like I don't want my country to be filled with coronavirus and then have to be the next place that's completely filled with it, and they're going to ban anybody with an American passport next, you know, and who knows, like it's just stressful for us that are, you know, working hard, and you know, you see all these lessons being taught here, and it's just like, you know, like they're just not learning them there. They don't see what other people are doing and learn from that and step up their game from that. So it's frustrating to watch this. Anyways, yeah, South Korea is doing 10,000 tests a day, and they're doing drive-through stuff. You know, and I think in the United States, like, you know, Trump was telling people they just, you know, go to work, it's just a normal flu, you know, to go away in a few months, everything's fine, you know, don't really worry about it, it's not really a crisis. And like, it is a crisis. Like if you were in Asia and you could, the way that everything's affected here, the fact that I have Macau on my passport means that I can't travel anywhere. You know, I can't go to the Philippines, a lot of places I can't travel right now. So anyways, this is kind of a call out, you know, people that are in the United States to, you know, maybe write to your officials and just, you know, try to make sure that, I think locally they're going to get stuff together. I do think that, you know, American people are, you know, strong, and they'll bond together and they'll start working on stuff together. So I don't have any doubt about that. But, you know, it helps a lot more when things are in place. So anyways, there's a lot to learn from Asia. Please, if you are from the United States, you know, please see what's going on here and see what you can learn from it. Because yeah, I mean, I'm required to wear these masks. You have to sign in. I don't really like it. A whole city was shut down, Wuhan. Sorry, what else could the United States learn? Quite a bit. So, but anyways, I'm gonna, if you're interested to hear me speak more about it, I can. I'll create some other videos and just kind of keep people informed. So anyways, that's basically all I have to say for today. And if you're interested to hear more about what's going on over here and how, you know, I'll try to see I can try to compare it a little bit, and just let me know. I'll create some videos for that as well. So greetings from Macau, from a big tourist destination that's a little bit quiet, quite a bit quiet actually. There's some people around though.